In this lesson, I want to discuss the nerves of the brachial plexus. And in the brachial plexus, there's a few idiosyncrasies that we need to work out here. Number one, and you can see these boxes, and I've got each individual vertebrae of the plexus numbered that we can see here. Now, there's a few things that get kind of funky when you're looking at nerves of the brachial plexus. Now, remember, cervical nerves, the nerve roots, for example, C4 would rise above the C4 vertebrae. C5 would arise above the C5 vertebrae because in the cervical nerves, the vertebrae, the nerve roots are named for the vertebrae they are above. So this would be a C6, this would be a C7, and this would, but we got something kind of weird. Thoracic vertebrae nerve roots are named after the ones they're under. So we got T1, T2. But there's got to be an odd man out. And so in this one we have a C8 nerve root. And this is why there is a C8 nerve root. And I'm going to give him a circle because he is kind of a bizarre guy. So there is a C8 nerve root in this particular instance. And there is, so the red representing our nerve roots. So we'll go in and have the nerve roots here, and I'm going to write out red for roots. Now, coming off of those will be various branches, and I'm just going to show a real quick schematic of these two major branching areas for the roots. And then C7, and we'll travel out just a little bit here. And then I'm going to draw a dotted line across where the roots pretty much end. Now we'll draw a line there and draw a line there. Now we're going to go on with the trunks. And with the trunks, again, we'll continue on with trunks in a straight line. And I'll draw that out. Let me just erase that bit. And then we'll go into the cord or the divisions. Cords and then peripheral nerves. So I'll leave a very little small space, and the rest here will be the nerves. So we've got cords and then of course divisions. Now just a few little weird things, and it doesn't really matter the color coding that occurs here, and I'm just going to draw all three out because it doesn't really matter what divisions, cords and peripheral nerves at this level. So I'm going to kind of cover all these guys up because it really does not matter what happens here. Now, just as a couple things, in case you guys ever take some higher order anatomies, there are some branching that occurs at this level. Again, at the human anatomy and physiology level, you're not going to be so concerned with that. Oop. And a little bit of branching from there. Erase that. I got too close. But it's going to make it kind of hard to draw everything in here. Now, this is the nerves I want to show you guys that you need to know. We have the musculocutaneous nerve here. And, of course, this is a little bit more superior, so this is why the musculocutaneous will be form the more of the lateral aspect going towards the medial. And coming off here, we do have our median nerve in the middle, and it comes off here. And then I'm going to draw in more of a, I'll use this nice gray coming off here for the ulnar nerve. Now, lastly, I just want to go in two nerves, one in blue, and we're going to come off the posterior cord, and this line that comes off of C7 and comes straight through here, this will generate what's called the posterior cord. That we have two branches that arise off here. One of them, this one, the axillary nerve. The axillary nerve will run more towards where the deltoid muscle will go, and then the other nerve here, the radial, and it's going to travel out towards like the brachioradialis muscle, more towards that side. So we just give them branching off here. So it's a very complicated diagram, but if we look at the fact that we can see our, let me erase so I can put in and label this real quick. Musculocutaneous nerve. axillary nerve, median nerve, radial, and then lastly in gray, the ulnar nerve. And that concludes that's all the nerves of the brachial plexus that you need to know at the human anatomy and physiology level. And this concludes my little tutorial schematic video drawing of the nerves of the brachial plexus. Thank you.